Today we're going to be evaluating expressions. So let's first review a little bit of vocabulary, and I can see that with this particular expression we've got a variable. In this case it's going to be the s, and I can see we also have a coefficient. It's the number right next to the variable, and we've actually got two variables, so it's going to be s minus 9 times s. And what is s? For this exercise, s is going to be 9. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply substitute. So I'm going to rewrite this. Instead of s, I'm going to take this 9 and plug it in. So I'm going to write 9 minus, there's a 9 right there, 9 again, times what was s is now again 9. So it's going to be 9 minus 9 times 9. And I know that 9 times 9 is 81. So what is 9 minus 81? So it's going to be positive 9 minus 81. And if we go to our handy dandy calculator, we can simply type that in. So I'm going to type in 9. Actually, let's turn it on. There we go. 9 minus 81. And the answer is negative 72. So here we got, the answer is negative 72. Let's do a few more. So when evaluating expressions like this one, what we're going to be doing is substituting in the variable. So in this case the variable is again s for number 3, and I'm going to rewrite it. So I'm going to rewrite 3, and it's going to be times 8s, and s in this case is 6. So I'm just going to write 6 minus 4. And I know that when we do order of operations, we're going to do what's inside the parentheses first. So we've got a multiplication table, a multiplication operation and a subtraction. So what I'm going to do first is multiply 8 by 6. And 8 times 6 is 48. And because this is a negative, I know that it's negative 48 minus 4. And negative 48 minus 4 is going to be negative 52. Oops. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down, and I can see that it's going to be 3 times negative 52. And if we go into our handy dandy calculator and I type in 3 times negative 52, so I'm going to put this little negative sign right there, right between the sort of period and the 0, and I press enter, the answer is going to give us negative 56. So the answer for this problem is negative 156. Let's do another one. So here the variable again, of course, is s, and s in this case is going to be 8. So I'm going to rewrite this equation. So it's 3, and I'm going to plug in, I know that s equals 8. I'll rewrite that right here so we can see it. I know it's not coming out great, but that's okay. So if s is 8, I'm going to rewrite it like so. 4 times 2, and again I'm going to put in 8 plus 9. Alright, so we plugged in the variable. In this case it was 8. And now we're going to multiply. So let's do what's in the parentheses first. So I can see we've got a parentheses right here, and we've got a multiplication, 2 times 8, and we've got addition, 8 plus 9. We're going to do multiplication first. 2 times 8 is going to be 16. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the positive 9. So it's going to be 16 plus 9. And we'll bring this down. I'm rewriting it as we go, so we're going to make sure that we're going in the right direction. So I know that if we're doing parentheses, PEMDAS, parentheses comes first, 16 plus 9 is going to be 25. So now what we're looking at is 4 times 25 plus, 3 times 8. So 3 times 8, I know, is 24 plus 4 times 25, and because I know 25 is the same amount in a quarter, And because I know that there are 4 quarters in a dollar, I do know that 4 times 25 is 100. So I'm going to write 100. And now all we have to do is simply solve it. 24 plus 100 is 124. We're going to circle back to the very first problem on the page that might be a little bit tricky. I can see that it's negative 9 divided by w minus 3 plus 5w. The variable in this case, of course, is w, and we're going to substitute 3. So let's rewrite this together. I'm going to write negative 9 divided by 3 minus 3 plus 5 times 3. So let's go through this together. We know that when we do PEMDAS, we do parentheses, and even though this is a parentheses, in this case it's going to be simply a multiplication problem. So there's no exponents. We'll do multiply, divide, and then add, subtract. So let's take a look. Negative 9 divided by 3 is going to be negative 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3, and this is going to be negative 3. We're going to simply bring over the negative 3 again, the minus 3 plus, and let's take a look at this. 5 times 3 is 15. Great. So now I can see that it's negative 3 minus negative 3, and that's going to give us negative 6. And negative 6 plus 15 is what? You can do that in your calculator, you can use a number line, or maybe you can do it in your head. The answer, of course, is positive 9. The answer is 9. Tremendous.